Hi! There are times when bearings have to work in particularly tough and demanding environments, such as aggregate, cement production, forestry, pulp and paper production, and steel manufacture. These are the kind of high-risk contamination applications which demand a house unit to protect the bearing. Unfortunately, in these tough environments, all too often bearings fail prematurely. In fact, industry estimates suggest that 90% of mounting bearings fail before they reach their stated L10 predicted life in harsh environments. The biggest causes of house bearing failure are contamination, lubrication, and installation issues. In fact, contamination is the main cause of premature house bearing failures. That's because most house bearing units fitted are in an SN split block design, and these expose the bearing to outside elements during installation. Contamination can also be caused by the need to mount and seal the bearing directly onto the shaft. This can cause wear on the shaft and allow contamination to penetrate and result in earlier failure. Lubricating the unit can often help to keep contamination out, but this means lubricating until the grease purges, resulting in over-greasing and over time consuming a lot of grease, which can cause bearing wear, overheating, and once again causes the bearing to fail, let alone environmental issues. Finally, there's the installation, which is not only time consuming, but mounting fixed and float and getting the correct internal clearance causes the bearing to fail sooner rather than later if not correctly set up. Well, with this new line of solid block house units, all of these problems are eliminated. Let me just show you how. First and foremost, this solid block unit comes directly from the factory sealed, so you never expose the bearing to the outside elements, unlike a standard SM block. So this obviously straight away helps eliminate the risk of contamination. There's the extended inner. So this allows the seal, the primary seal, to run on this and not the shaft. So it means the risk of shaft wear and contamination ingress is considerably reduced. And with three primary sealing options, here you can see the Teflon high-speed sealing option, which is great for wet conditions as well. Nitrile and urethane sealing options, which are great for abrasive and small particles of contamination. And we have secondary seal covers as well, either polyurethane or steel, which can help keep contamination out, either closed or open. They also come from the factory pre-lubricated, so they require minimum re-lubrication intervals. So you can never over-grease the unit, as any excess grease is purged through the seals, or it has a special release valve here on the non-purging seal to make sure that the bearing is not over-greased. And this pre-lubrication also helps deal with any challenge of installation, as there's no need to pack the housing with grease. But there's also no need to mess around with feeler gauges for adjustments to set up for fixed or float. The internal clearance is preset at the factory, and you can pre-order the bearings for required float or fixed positions. The only part that needs to be tightened down is the housing to the mount and the collar to the shaft. If you still need to adjust further for float, you simply rotate the desired locking washer by backing off this grub screw. When you rotate it through 360 degrees, you get 2 mil of float, or 180 degrees, you get 1 mil of float, and so on. Once you've set the required float, you simply tighten the grub screw back down to lock it back in place, and away you go. Finally, the unit comes with machine feet. So literally, you can mount it, put some keeper plates, and you've got a one-time alignment. So this means installation time takes less than 10 minutes, a huge saving compared to a traditional SN split block unit. The housing modular design offers 6 different locking styles as standard and multiple housing options and dimensions. And because the housing is manufactured from cast steel, it comes with a lifetime guarantee that it won't break or fracture. The units also come in both imperial and metric shaft ranges to cover a wide variety of applications. So you can see this is a genuine innovation in house-mounted bearing units for the toughest and most demanding high contaminate environments. They will substantially reduce bearing failure, maintenance costs, and subsequent production downtime, all whilst having a positive impact on your organisation's bottom line. So, whatever your bearing needs and challenges, Rubix has the products, services and expertise to maximise your bearing life and increase your production efficiency.